It's time for The Local with your host and realtor, Katie McKinney.
Hey guys, it's Katie here on The Local with Katie McKinney, your local real estate professional. And today it's just me. No special guest, but I want to go over something very important. As you know, I'm a real estate agent, and one of the biggest questions that I get in the community is, how can I prepare to list my home? So I want to provide 10 selling secrets to get your home prepared this spring as you begin to list properties. We're going to see a lot of properties hit the market. We've got to be prepared. When your property hits the market, you have a lot of competition. How are you going to stand out as one of the top properties available? So I got these selling secrets from HGTV, which I know HGTV kind of gets a little bit of a bad rap because they say, oh, well, it's so romanticized, the real estate transaction and everything like that. But really, if you go and look at their website, it's actually pretty helpful. They've got some nice selling secrets, and so I want to give a shout out to them at HGTV. It's not just coming out of my brain here, though I've said almost all of these, probably all of them before to clients. And, we've got a lot of properties that we're preparing to list. And so maybe these will help even my current clients preparing, and then some that are thinking about listing their home. So the first one is, the first impression is the only impression. I think this is huge. This selling secret is huge. It just talks about, no matter how your home looks on the interior, if the exterior does not match, you're not even going to get the person in through the door. And a lot of people say, hey, should I do landscaping? Should I do, have something like a chair or something staged outside of the home? I say anything that gets someone's attention, a prospective buyer's attention, but also makes them feel welcomed, whether it be a welcome mat or a wreath or, simply just painting a door or the trim so it's not peeling off and falling down. If your front door or the front of your home is not in show shape, then is the interior going to be? Probably not. And that's what the buyer is going to think. So your first impression is huge, and that starts on the exterior. So a few things that they've kind of mentioned, obviously painting some trim, doors, maybe getting a welcome mat that is, welcoming, that's the name. But it's just talking about the different things, fresh cut flowers, landscaping, whatever it might be. So there's a lot of different tricks there to do. I'd be happy to elaborate on that. But the first impression does matter. Selling secret number 2, always be ready to show. I think this is pretty huge because as much as we try as real estate agents to schedule, a 24-hour notice or try to get on the schedule 24 hours in advance, unfortunately, that doesn't happen all the time, especially with out-of-state buyers who are just in town for the weekend or in town for the day, which we have a lot of those. Your home needs to be show ready. Now, I understand you're saying, I've got kids, I've got pets, I've got all these different things, and it's hard to keep it show ready. What I tell my clients is just do the best that you can. Obviously try to keep things cleaned up, dishes out of the sink, but we're all human. We all have, bad days or more messy days than others. And so what I would just say is do your best. Try to do a deep clean before, the listing begins and showings are available. But as it progresses, as it stays on the market, which obviously we hope it doesn't stay on very long, but if it does, just make sure it continues to be in show-ready shape. So that was selling secret number 2. Selling secret number 3, the kitchen comes first. I hear this all the time. They say, well, I like the layout, I like the bathrooms, I just didn't like the kitchen. I think that one of the main reasons is that people spend so much time in the kitchen, and whether it be the kitchen or the living room, a lot of people like that open concept nowadays, especially, and they're entertaining in the kitchen and living room, or, maybe they spend a lot of time in the kitchen cooking, cleaning, whatever it might be, that says the kitchen comes first. So, and what HGTV says, you're not actually selling your house, you're selling your kitchen. That's how important it is. And I will say it is a very, very important feature, as I show, the hundreds of homes that I do every month. And we do show that many. The kitchen is usually one of the biggest features that somebody looks at. They open all the cabinets, how much storage is there, that sort of thing. So if your countertops are, very dated or in really bad shape, maybe think about upgrading a little bit. Painting, kind of sprucing that up. Does it need a new faucet? Does the faucet have, hard water stains all the way around? And then they look at the faucet and say, oh, there's hard water. I'm going to need a softener. Add 10,000, please. So there's just a few things that you can do to make sure that your home, especially your kitchen, is in show-ready shape, and that, that feature is being highlighted in its best light. So that was selling secret number 3. Now selling secret number 4. Take the home out of your house. This is super important. Every time I walk into a room that is OSU or OU, I'm always either go Pokes or they go, oh man, we gotta paint this room. If it's orange or if it's whatever the other one is, I'm just kidding. You have to make it available and attractive to all the prospective buyers. So, your memorabilia, your family photos, your personal keepsakes, you need to, either declutter or take them out of your home. Maybe put them in storage. Doesn't necessarily have to be out of your home, but put them in storage, put them in the attic, keep them away so that somebody can envision themselves in that home. Not look at it and say, oh, that's so-and-so's home. You want them to say, oh, I can see myself here. I definitely can. So again, family photos, memorabilia collections, paint or like stick on the walls that are maybe very personalized. Try to tone those down, make them more of a neutral, and that will help allow the buyer see themselves in that home. So that was selling secret number 4, take the home out of your house. Now on to selling secret number 5. All of these are important, I might note. Not a single one of them I would say just forget about, because they are very important. So number 5, don't over upgrade. I see this a lot. When somebody buys a home, maybe they bought it at the height of the market and, they add another $40,000, $50,000 into the home. And now they're saying, well, I've got to really get this property sold very high because I've put $40,000 or $50,000 into it. Now that I know that happens over maybe the time that they've lived there, they've invested a lot of money. I get that. You want to be comfortable where you live. But if you're preparing to list the home, I wouldn't just shoot for the stars and drop $40,000 or $50,000 on your home. Now, if there's a major issue, I could see doing that because it will probably prevent it from selling. However, get a new fresh coat of paint on the walls, or, buy some a little bit more inexpensive light fixtures, replace the door handles or the cabinet hardware. Don't go all out dropping $40,000 or $50,000 when there might be a chance that you not get that back once you've upgraded. So selling secret number 5 was don't over upgrade. Think of some cost-effective ways to do that. If you need any suggestions on that, always, feel free to call or message me. I'd be happy to give you my opinion on it. That doesn't mean it's always right, but I try to do my best in staying with it on the market and what I might be able to sell your home for so that you don't make that error and lose money on the home. So that was selling secret number 5. Now we're at selling secret number 6, conceal the critters. This one made me laugh. So it says, you might think a cuddly dog would warm the hearts of potential buyers, but you'd be wrong. Not everybody is a dog or cat lover. Amen to this one 100%, because I love my dog, Dose. He's an Australian Shepherd, But I guarantee you that if someone came to my home and wanted to look at my home, they would not want Dose barking and clawing at them, because he probably would. Stranger in the home. And we see this often. Maybe there's a dog in the backyard. The buyer's not going to be able to see the backyard. One, they're probably scared of the dog, and they may love dogs, but they don't know that dog. The cats, those can be a nuisance as well. If they're meowing throughout the entire showing and following us around, purring and rubbing on our legs and arms. And I had one jump on me once. It can get a little crazy. So conceal the critters. Maybe take them with you during the showing. Maybe put them in a kennel just for a little bit. It's not going to be too long, and it will make a world of difference for your showing. When it doesn't really talk about conceal the critters, it talks about it physically, but I'm going to talk about it from a smelling standpoint. That's a whole nother topic, but usually when you walk into a home, you can smell if a dog or cat lives there. So try to do your best in keeping that clean, and your furniture kind of clean from dog and cat smell or debris. That's all I'm going to say about that one. That was selling secret number 6. Now selling secret number 7. Play the agent field. I feel this one is super important. Most people forget. They just want to go with someone that's, they've known for a long time, or they feel like may do the best job. That's all I'll say about that. But a selling secret is, hire the right real estate agent. This is an important one. Use the real estate agent that is tech savvy, who embraces technology, analytics, and that actually is selling homes in the area. So if you're going to hire someone that has sold one home in the Woodward area, okay, you may know them from someone else, but do they really know the market very well? Are they in it every day, looking at the multiple listing service and seeing all the properties that are available? Are they selling those properties? Or they just have, several listings and none of them sell? This one is very important, and I know it's a little bit more touchy than the other kind of more silly ones, but this one is really important. I did a series and are continuing to do a series on Facebook Live. It says, who you hire matters. And this one is really playing into that. Be sure you choose someone who will really do the job, is tech savvy, because that is the world we live in, and that is currently selling homes, not just one a year, but homes, plural, throughout the year. That will help you because they know how to price the property, and how to make the most out of the opportunity to sell your home. So that was number 7. Selling secret number 8, light it up. So maximize the light in your home. What I would say is when you walk into a home and it's real dark and kind of grungy looking, you just automatically have a bad feeling about it. What I would say is, take down all the curtains that are, covering the windows. Clean the windows. That's a good option. Change the lampshade so that it allows more light. And then also, increase the wattage of your light bulbs, and make sure that, the property and all the wonderful features of the property are being shown. When it's dark and you can't really see any of that, it is very difficult to show people the highlights of it. So make it more sellable, light it up. Number 9, half empty closets. So when you go to list your property and every closet is full of your 300 pairs of shoes, that's great. It's wonderful that you have 300 pairs of shoes, but maybe cut it in half. 150 would work. I'm kind of kidding, only sort of, because I've seen some closets with 300 pairs of shoes. I'm sure I have. I didn't count them, but you want to make sure that the buyer is able to see how much room those closets have. If they're completely full and there's not any room left, it's hard to see. Is there any room under those hanging clothes? Is there any room on the sides? It's hard to see the size of a closet when it's completely full, bursting at the seams. So what I would suggest, and what these selling secrets suggest, is, take half of those clothes. Maybe it's your winter clothes. Maybe it's your summer clothes. Take those out. Put them in storage. Doesn't mean you have to throw them all away. No Marie Kondo here. But, put them in storage and just do without them, for that time frame. And it will most definitely help show the buyer all the storage that's available. So, last but not least, selling secret number 10, no surprise here, pricing it right. So you think, all right, I've got 1 through 9. I've got those. Those are easy. Okay, great. Selling secret number 10, I would say, is the most important selling secret. When you list the home and do all this work, it would be a shame if you price the property incorrectly and miss the opportunity to sell it. It says, find out what your home is worth. Then shave about 15 to 20% off the price. I'm not sure I believe that. I have 3 different strategies when selling your home. One's slightly below market value, at market value, and a little bit above market value. So, I mean, on the 15 and 20%, I guess that's a matter of perspective from a professional standpoint. But I would say the biggest point is just to price it correctly according to, a CMA, comparative market analysis, that your listing agent should do before listing. If you want to get an appraisal, great. But there are different approaches to that. However, pricing it right is going to be the most important aspect of the selling process. If you don't have it priced correctly, it's probably not going to sell. You're looking for that needle in a haystack buyer. When you price it correctly, all these other things will just simply help create a competitive market, maybe get multiple offers, maybe multiple buyers involved, which obviously should create a higher net for you as the seller. Again, all of them are very important, but selling secret number 10 is very important, pricing it right. If you have any questions, if you need any suggestions as you're preparing to list your home, or, maybe whether it's in a couple of months or 2 years from now, you don't want to over upgrade, or you want to try to make sure that your kitchen is shown in its best light, those long-term things, give me a call, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to look it over with you and see if that's a good investment, a good option for you. The other things, the more short-term options, you don't have to have all of these done before you contact me. I've got a list, and it shows all of the properties that are going to be coming on in the next couple of months. Get on that list so we can, team up and make sure that all of these, steps are, and others, there are more. I just narrowed it down to the most important 10, I felt. We can team up and make sure that those are getting started, and I'm happy to help any way I can. That's it for today. Selling secrets, preparing to list your property. If you have any questions, like I said, always reach out to me, and we'll have my info here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to 2020. Spring is approaching, so make sure you get on the books to list your property. Thanks again, and have a great day.